that silver in US dollars, and silver has potentially delivered a very big hint what might happen in the next few weeks with the precious metals. I think the situation in silver for a change is very, very clear. We have fairly clear limits, if you like, boundaries to help us to define whether we are going to now go for extensive run up, or whether we are going to see silver basically succumbing to selling pressure and breaking down. The odds as I'm talking to you are definitely pointing for further run, and we need that clinching confirmation. I'm going to show you exactly what it would take for silver to deliver that. Somehow I think it's going to happen. Okay, so on the weekly scale, as you can see, I'm still showing a AO1, BO2, which is perfectly possible. We came down in an ABC X ABC. I'll show you the details in a sec. And the projection is that if we get the run above this blue line that you see here, the horizontal blue line, which comes at 17.2, we get a run, and I don't mean a run intraday, you know, a spike run and then sinking back in under the line. No, what I mean when I say we get a run, I mean a strong impulsive run above the blue line and a firm close above that, and hopefully at most we are going to see in the subsequent few days after the breakout, begin to see testing of the support from above, this blue line, and then of course continuing up. Then even then it will not be too late to buy, because the projection is showing that we are going to most likely witness quite a run here. Okay, let's take it now step by step. Let's go to the daily. So here's our structure. That's the ABCX, okay, with an A, B, C, D, E. Was quite twisted here, but that's the idea. That's your X. That's an ABC done right here. Also here you had actually a triangle, okay, and we came up in what appears to be a fairly standard 5-leg run. If I'm reading it right, that was followed by almost near perfect ABC, and we have in the process traced what could be taken as an inverse head and shoulders, okay, basically also raising the prospects of a projection once we cross above the blue line, a projection that will carry that far. I mean this distance, what you see here. I also added Fibonacci ratios to see if we do close above the blue line, we are probably going to go to at least parity with this move, okay, with this move that you see here. That will take us to 18.3, but do not be surprised if we go much higher towards 19.3 into an extended move. That could increase the odds substantially that silver is on its way to tackle the July high, because if we run towards 19.3, we are probably looking at the third wave. Okay, let's take it one step at a time. That's the best way of going about it. Here's the 4 hours chart, giving you an excellent view of the structure of the inverse head and shoulders. You see, this is one shoulder, okay, that's the head, and that's potentially another shoulder. Nothing terribly symmetrical. I mean, it's not in engineering precision, but you got it there, and that is evidently the most critical level. Even with elementary knowledge of technical analysis, you can easily see that this is absolutely critical level, and we are going to continue with review here. And what I find very encouraging as far as the bulls are concerned is this huge surge that we have seen on Friday towards the closing hours of trading here. This is taken as a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an ABC, no problem. No problem. If I'm reading it right, this is an ABC with no issue attached to it. It's just a straightforward ABC, and this is the 30 minutes, okay, 30 minutes with 1, 2, 3, that's a fourth wave. Now if you remember, when I started the review of silver, I told you that we have fairly clear limits here towards fairly clear boundaries. Now, it is very simple. It is as simple as it could be. Let me show you here. I'm back to the 4-hour chart. The whole structure here is strongly relying on silver not coming back to break this level. I mean, that's pretty simple, okay? Silver coming down, sort of, you know, giving up on this rally, and you see it opening for trading in the coming week, and it does something like that, and it crushes through that. Well, what I would say is that the resistance here was too much for silver. The odds will immediately, dramatically, radically shift to silver actually heading there. Okay, if silver takes its time and is bouncing up and down here, this is still good news, in my opinion. Would make it likely that it is, if you like, gathering strength to eventually take off above resistance here. Okay, so this is the situation with silver. We do not know at this point whether the 5-leg run, if I'm reading it run, is an A or 1. We do not know if this is the end of the B or 2. We don't know. And we will not know for quite some time, because even if you get a run of 5 legs from this level, it could still be just a C, meaning that'll be your A, that'll be your B, and it'll go up in a C, and you know what that means. That means that it'll come down. So if someone has certainty, has, I don't know, he's feeling absolutely certain that he knows it's going to be a third wave, then I would tell you, using the Elliott waves here, I can't see, that's the weekly now, I can't see anything that will confirm, like guaranteed, yes, that this is going to be a third wave. No, sorry, I can't see that. Because if you want to carry the things one step further, it's not very difficult. We are taking the line that could be an A or 1. Remember, that could be an A or 1. That could be B or 2, and it's possible that the B is not done in case it is a B. That means that if this is an A, B, C, that will still be part of the B. Now, just to complete the explanation here, do you see what I mean? It'll go up there. I said it will increase the odds that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I didn't say this is certain. Now, if this is an A, B, C, what will happen? It will do this. And then you end up with an A, B, C, D, E. And silver is going to hang around here for months, if not 2 years. Yes. Okay, so we go now to look at gold in US dollars. That's the daily, and again very similar structure. We have A or 1, B or 2, and we cannot be very certain that the B is over. I would say that any bullish forecast on gold is, as far as I'm concerned, in this particular moment, is really strongly relying on what silver did on the closing hours of trading on Friday, and also to some extent the strength that is still being reflected in the action of the Australian dollar US dollar. The Australian dollar US dollar is still looking up, looking like it is consolidating the gains of the last few weeks, and it is looking up. So I'm going along with that. I think that we have good indication at this point that gold is likely to come back. I will go now to the 60 minutes, because also the structure here is looking like an okay ABC. It's just that we didn't get that surge that silver delivered. Was really very powerful surge what we have seen in silver. If gold delivered the same thing, gold will be around here by now. Okay, but nevertheless, that is looking like a good ABC, and I am taking this, as you know, it is 108, that is presumably terminated to a B. If that's the case, and gold rises back to 1,200, 1,210, by then possibly silver will be topping the corresponding level right here. If that happens, silver leads the way. You can take it that gold will follow. It's going to run above 12.20 and we will have very nice run. That is accounting to roughly $100 what you see here. Okay, that's $100. We would have $100, $150 running from this level. Okay, it's going to be pretty nice run. Let me see if I go back to the daily. If you can see the projections, I did put some projections here. Here we go. The daily on equality between this leg to the leg that I'm forecasting would take us to 1275. Okay, if we do exceed that, we run to the 0.618, 1.618. That'll be different territory, 1334. Yeah, we'll be talking big numbers, and of course the July high will be looming large on the horizon as a target. Okay, so pretty interesting situation. Like in the case of silver, we do not want to see gold giving up the gains that it showed here on Friday on the close. We do not want to see it going back to break 1180. That will be negative, will not necessarily kill completely the idea that it's still possible for it to reverse, but obviously will weaken the case of the bulls. And in my reading here, breaking through 1160, it's dead fish. It's going there. It's dead fish. It's not going to go anywhere. Breaking 1160, I don't think it's going to come back. But right now, I think all the odds are pointing that it is likely to come back to go much higher. Okay,